Let's talk about the sanitary conditions a door that is soaked in toilet water for 30 consecutive days from an upstairs unit's toilet tank presents. So much so, you could squish the door between your fingers and leave a temporary imprint. Pretty nasty, right? On March 12, 2025, water began leaking down from an apartment unit above and soaked the frame and bathroom door in apartment 2. The tenant took pictures on March 13 and sent an email to the landlord and others reporting the issue. It continued to leak, and on April 9, 2025, the tenant had to poke the landlord about this. You'd think that water leaking from a unit above into an apartment on the first floor might trigger a reaction. Wrong. Not with this clown lord. On April 10th, the slumlord finally stopped the leak, and in his own words in a text message on that day, clearly identified where the water was coming from. As a result of this leak, now the door has a permanent, faint smell of urine and was unable to close for a period of time after. In other words, if you were a guest, you'd just have to use the only bathroom in the apartment with the door open since it would not close, all while enjoying the delicious scent emanating from the door. On May 6, tenant followed up on the damage repair status with landlord. Then the housing authority inspected, and since the door was not wet by the time they inspected it, they passed it. The evidence of water damage was noted by the inspector, and the inspector was kind enough to assist the tenant in contacting the county health department. County health department sent a notice on July 1st, and slumlord issued the first 24-hour notice to enter. Slumlord took a look, and you guessed it, said,
"It's fine. I say it's fine, so it is so."
The health department inspected in July, and since the door was dry by that time, also said it's fine. Even with video of water leaking, a paper trail, and the slumlord indicating in writing exactly what the source of that water was from. Is this a sanitary issue? Future inspectors should take their gloves off and touch the door if you ask me. This door still hangs on the frame to this day. Maybe we should take the door off and let this slumlord use it as a dinner table since he thinks it's just fine. This issue was the beginning of escalation in conflict between tenant and slumlord, as the tenant had had enough of long waits for things to be repaired, if at all, and the half measures slumlord took to partially fix things. The rise in temperature occurred as a result of this during June and July 2025. Tenant was given some special treatment, such as being the only tenant to have a change in terms applied to his lease. Tenant's wife mysteriously has her car keyed, and slumlord puts his nerd rage on full display when someone finally says, "No, dude, this isn't fixed," and insists upon fixing the problem, namely by replacing the contaminated bathroom door. It is not considered resolved to this day.